guys, thanks for joining me. We have a largely shoulder and chest focused stretch session, just a brief one with a little bit of full body thrown in there, of course. Now this is for everybody, including our preggies and our postpartum gals. So we're gonna start down on the mat. You don't need anything else but yourself and something to cushion those knees. Let's come down to all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under your hips. Give yourself space so we're not too scrunched. And we'll begin by rounding your spine to ceiling, scooping through the belly, lengthening the back of the neck, and then sinking the belly down. Broaden your chest, close down those eyes if you like, open your hips, and again, flowing through those two positions there, making that effort to really move through range. Don't stop short of your end range there. Letting go at the bottom. And then really scooping and lifting, spreading those shoulder blades all the way apart. There's always a little bit more movement to get if you kind of give yourself that pause. And then let go. Let's take 3 more there, shifting that weight slightly forward, playing around with that position over your wrists. Letting go through the pelvic floor, really let your belly drop. And last one. And then come to that center point there. Okay, we're gonna keep that right hand underneath your shoulder. Left fingertips find temple, so elbow is bent. I want you to dive that elbow down to your right wrist. Soften your right elbow on the way, and then reach that elbow up to the ceiling. Look towards it and repeat, dive it down. Soften the right elbow and reach it up. Let your weight shift forward. Try not to sit back into those hips. Open it up, moving through largely your rib cage. Okay, so really rotate, keeping that elbow bent. We'll leave that tight shoulder out of it for the moment. Down you go. And lift. Let's go for one more. Dive it down, tap the wrist. Then let's reach that elbow to ceiling. Now let's open up. Fingertips lengthen, gaze follows, and then we'll take that dive and thread along the mat. Soften your head and shoulder to the floor if it'll reach. Just push that right hand into the floor, slide that left hand a little further along, so opening up that shoulder blade. Hold there, actively pushing that right hand into floor. That might be enough, or maybe let's take a reach. Arm to ceiling, and then we thread that hand around. Grab that little crease between left thigh and hip, open up the elbow, the shoulder a little more. So obviously we're active in the stretch, but you also want to let go at the same time. So embrace it, don't shy away from it. Inhale. Exhale, twist deeper. One more breath there. No rush. Let's pop that hand on the right back to the mat, lifting up through the left. We're going to send those hips back, slide the hands forward, and just take your left hand over your right, and then pull your hip on the left side down the mat, and you can kind of push your left rib cage over to the left. Just rest your right temple down to that right bicep. Head is heavy as you lengthen along that left side. Inhale, expand the ribs, your belly will rise as with your chest, and then exhale, let it go. And again, one more there. Let it go. Let's recenter those hands, shift your weight forward. From there, your left foot is gonna come outside that left hand. So adjust it a bit if you need, glide it forward, then shimmy your right knee back slightly. Let your hips just drop and open, and then glide that breastbone forward, open your chest. You might take a few little rocks of your pelvis side to side as you consciously just let your hips drop, opening up the inside of that left inner thigh, the front of your right hip. Hold it there. All right, we're gonna curl those toes under. Hover your right leg. If you prefer that knee down, a little bit more of a relaxed stretch, you can. Otherwise, keep it in hover. We're gonna reach that left arm up to the ceiling, and then we're gonna take a little thread. I want you to dive with a bent elbow and reach that elbow down inside that left foot. And again, reach it up. And then dive that bent elbow down inside the foot. How close to the mat can you get? And reach, open. Dive and twist. 2 more there. Lift. Down it goes. 1 more. Open it up. Stay there. Can you reach that arm behind as if you're going to kind of grab a hold of that left heel. Open that shoulder. Gaze follows. Close down the eyes. And then cartwheel that hand back over. Drop the right knee. Send that left knee back. Hips retreat to the heels. Take a moment. Release. Let's shift it forward. Then from here, come down to lie on your right side. Your knees are bent, your elbows are bent as well. Rest your head down on your right hand, interlace those fingers and your elbows cradle your temples. Your knees are stacked, glue them together, stick your bottom out. Let's take that top elbow over to the ceiling and then to your left. Gaze follows. Again, I like to close down those eyes there just to reduce any strain. And again, up and over. And close it back, starting with those elbows bent, so good. Just moving through your collarbones, those ribs. And close. 2 more like that. No force needed. You go at your pace. 1 more. Open it out. Let's close those elbows back together. This time extend the arms, so just resting that head down. Arms are straight, bottom arm stays where it is, top arm long, reaches to ceiling, open it out. Palm up, shoulder open, and then close it back together. Don't panic if you don't reach the floor, neither do I. But with each opening stretch here, you might find that arm travels a little bit heavier. And again, up and over. Take that moment of pause like we did to start in that cat stretch to let your ribs drop in your shoulder. And close. 1 more there, and we're just gonna hold it. Letting that rib cage really fall to the left. Your gaze can go left. Softening the elbow if it feels a bit neurally nervy. Tight down the arm. And then close those hands back together. Find the floor with that left hand. Let's push yourself back up. Find all fours and then send those hips back again. Brilliant. Inhale, belly, ribs rise. Exhale, let it go. All right, let's shift that weight forward. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We take 1 cat stretch, round to the ceiling. Spread those shoulder blades apart. And then sink that belly. Open your chest, open your backside. And then finding that neutral. Left hand stays grounded. Bring your right fingertips to temple, elbow wide. Now soften that left elbow as you bring the right side down to tap the wrist. And then reach that elbow up to the ceiling, push into the floor. And again, dive it down and lift. Try and keep that weight forward in your upper body rather than sitting back into your hips. And close down those eyes. Think initiate the movement from your ribs, then the shoulder, then the elbow. 2 more. All right, let's lift it all the way up. Release those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Gaze will follow. And then take that thread along the mat. Side of the head, the shoulder hits the floor. Now push into the floor with your left hand. Slide that right shoulder blade a little further along so you'll feel that stretch along the inside border of that shoulder blade. Push into the floor so we're active here. You might like to just stay there a little more. Let's reach that arm up to ceiling, open the chest, and then reach and wrap around. Grab that little crease between your left thigh and your hip. That's your little anchor. And then open the shoulder, the elbow out there. Reaching and pushing your right arm into the floor to deepen that stretch. And then let's pop that left hand back to the mat. Push yourself up. Right hand finds the floor under shoulder. We're going to step that right foot now. Outside that right hand, shimmy your left knee back and then drop your hips, open your chest. Okay, make any little adjustments you need. Opening that right knee out, maybe take a few little glides of your pelvis side to side. And then find your center. Now you can keep that knee down by all means or curl those toes. A bit more of an active, deeper stretch. You hover that knee off the ground. Anchor that left hand. We reach that right arm back up to the ceiling, gazing up towards it. We take a bent elbow down inside that right heel. How low can you go? And then you reach it back up, push into the floor. And dive it down. Lowering that left knee at any point if you need. Reach and lower. Open it up. Let's go for 2 more there. Feels good. 1 more. Dive it down. Reach it up. Lift highest reach. And then reach that hand behind as if you're kind of reaching towards that left heel. Push the knee away. Cartwheel that hand up and over, find the floor, drop the knee. Let's send that right knee back, send the hips back all the way. We take right hand over your left and then pull that hip on the right side down the mat, shift your ribs over towards the right. Inhale, expand, exhale, let it go, shift to the right deeper. All right, then bringing yourself forward. We're going to come to lie on your left side now. For the sake of your viewing, I'm going to come down, face the other way. So lying all the way down. Let's interlace those hands behind the head, elbows. Cradle your temples, your knees are bent and they're glued together. It's that top elbow now, the right side that opens out, closing down that gaze. And then close the elbows around the temple. And again, open it out. Think about reaching that top knee forward as the elbow travels behind, so you're not tempted to lift it. Take those ribs with you, and then the arm will follow. Such a goodie. 2 more. So much benefit for everyone, for our preggies, getting those stiff ribs moving. Postpartum women, desk sitters, grandparents, holding kiddos, everybody, every human. All right, closing back together. Let's extend those arms out. Relax the side of the head to the mat. Relax the shoulders. Top arm is straight as it glides up and over. Always so different, left to right. Worth taking note which side feels a bit more restricted. Maybe do more on that side. One to roll out semi-regularly or regularly. Close it off. Take the whole upper body, arm, shoulder, ribs, your neck. Take that moment to really deepen into the stretch. 2 more. Let's take 1 more here, guys. Up and over, and we'll just hang out there for a moment. Really lengthen. And go heavy. And then close those hands back together. Find the floor with that right hand. Push yourself up. Coming back to all fours 1 more time. We're going to send those hands forward. Keep your hips high. So finding that puppy pose, chest comes to the mat. Your hips are really lifted. Relax the forehead down. Open up your sit bones and reach your fingertips even further forward. So find that stretch across your chest. And let go. If you don't like this position, you can drop your hips a little lower to your heels. That's totally fine. 2 more breaths here. And then slide those hands back under shoulders. Lift that chest. Let's drop the hips to heels. Find your kneeling crouch position. If you need to find a high kneel to come off those knees, no worries. Interlace those hands behind your back. Pull them away and lift your chest up proud. Really lengthen your elbows. Lift your breastbone towards where the roof meets the wall. Hold it there. Reach and pull, reach and pull, reach and pull. Go the other way, release. Press your hands in front of you, coming into crappy posture. So really slump, spread your shoulder blades apart, tuck your chin round your back. And then bring those arms by your side, roll the shoulders for 3 and 2. Last one. Thank you, my friends, for joining me.